This video is about our first flight experience. So I will just explain to you the different experience, different things, and so on in this video. Actually, this is a domestic flight. That means inside two cities in India. We all have heard about many things. Most of us, even without traveling, know so many things about air travel. But actually, when we actually travel, we come to know so many information, so many things that we have not heard or understood. Okay, so those are some things. So that when you take the first flight in your life, some information will help you smoothen the travel. That is what we mean. So time is around 7 a.m. So that atmosphere is very beautiful because the sun is rising. It is very superb experience. The first thing in the case of air travel is that after getting ticket, usually we book a ticket online and we get the printout, or we keep that in mobile, and we go to checking. In the airport, first checking is needed. Checking means the security guards will check. Okay, so what happens is around 1.5 hour before we have to reach in the airport. Why? Because for checking and all, it will take some time. If it is crowded, or if the airport is too busy, checking will take time. Otherwise, if it is not that busy, checking, security guards checking will be over in 10 to 15 minutes. Now the aircraft that we board is actually taking off. You can see the white line parallel. It means that it is still running. So when that gap is reduced, you can understand that the aircraft has going up. Okay, as it started going up. So the thrilling experience in air travel is compared with the landing and takeoff. Takeoff is very thrilling, because in takeoff it is a kind of thrilling experience, like a roller coaster or like a swing we play. Okay, so for some time it will be in a slope position, and after that it will stable. Usually when the plane reaches high in the sky, we cannot see anything under the ground. It will be just like a cloud or white fox only. We cannot see anything. Okay, so this is the case. And another thing is that at the time of checking, at the time of security guards checking, belt, shoes, all metal items, if it is in your bag, we have to separate and we have to keep it in a tray, and that tray to be scanned. Okay, so the thing is that if your pants completely depends on belt, you will be in trouble. So you have to take note of that. In the case of shoes, to some people they will ask to scan the shoes also, because there are shoes with the metal pieces and something like that. Sometimes they will not ask, but be prepared. Everything they may ask you to scan. Okay, so there are risk factors, so hence a heavy checking will be there. Okay, so and after that, what happens is most of us think that we board the plane from terminal itself. You can see a passage connected to the plane, but in all cases it may not be like that. Sometimes there will be bus service to the airplane. So plane will be somewhere in that airport. So the company, if it is Indigo company, they have their own buses, so they will take the passengers to the aircraft, plane. Okay, so it is not necessary that in all cases we can board the plane from the terminal instead. Sometimes we will have to travel through the bus also. Maybe 5 or 4 minutes we have to travel, and then only we will reach the plane. Another thing is how is the usage of mobile phone in plane and the food and other things. Once you just get into the plane, it is just like we get into a tourist bus or bus only, nothing different. Just like train ticket, there will be places mentioned, so we have to find our seat and sit. Okay, and after that, after we getting into the plane, it will take around 15 to 20 minutes to actually take off. So meanwhile, all the passengers have to enter. I told you in one bus, first group of passengers to come, and in another bus, next group of passengers have to come. So that all this time it may take around 20 that time it may take. So once everybody's seat passengers are ready, the air hostess will give safety instructions. Safety instructions like if suppose if anything is going wrong, what is to be done, mask and so many such things they will explain. After that you have to change your mobile phone into aeroplane mode. That means no signals should get. So you may have a doubt like if you are not turning into aeroplane mode, what will happen? Actually nothing will happen, but supposing if any caller or anything is coming after they have instructed us to turn into aeroplane mode, they may get the interference with the signal, then it may create a problem. So it's better to switch off or put to aeroplane mode. Once you put in aeroplane mode, you can watch videos, take photos, videos, etc. Okay, so next thing is it possible to take videos, photos freely? You have to use the common sense, because one passenger tried to take the video of the air hostess while she was explaining the safety instructions, and she told her to stop that. So you have to use the prudence, and if you get the window side, you can take a video like this. Okay, so what is see, since it is morning, the sun is rising, the sunlight is actually giving a visible view of the ground. You can see mountains and hills and so many things you can see. It is a really beautiful sight. And another thing is that after the while the plane is traveling, is there any other difficulties or anything? Two things can happen. One is the air pressure will make you deaf for some time, and it may give a slight pain also to your ears. So to some of you or to children and all, it will be very difficult to handle, but we have to adjust. Maybe you can use some cotton in your ears, or you can keep your ears closed. That difficulty will be there. Another thing is that when the weather is unfavorable, some turbulence will be there. Turbulence will be like when a low suspension bus or any vehicle passes through gutters in road. What will happen? That jerking we will feel. Actually, it will be a clear jerking. We will be afraid. We will feel afraid. What is happening like that? About the food and all, at the time of booking ticket itself, we can book food. There will be a slight. If it is morning, you can get vada, such basic things you can get. There will be menu. We can select, and if you are not booking anything, we won't get anything. Sometimes to some tickets there will be some compliment. Snacks or foods will be there, but it is not optional, but it is not necessary. If you have not booked, you can actually buy from them, but it will be 4 or 5 times expensive. For example, for a mineral water of 500 ml, it will be around 65 in the terminal, and for a mango shake, it will be around 200 rupees, which is available in the market for around 45 rupees. So that much expensive will be there. Now we are actually landing. Landing is actually it is just like a bike or a vehicle just to get into a gutter. That feeling only. No other. It is almost just normal only. There is nothing to worry or get tensed. Landing is almost okay, and the taking off will be thrilling. And other thing is that this is the runway. You can see the white line. Okay, this is the runway. This is where the plane actually lands. Okay, from there you see the yellow color. So it is just like branch of the branch road of the runway, where during the running the aircraft will be taking the diversion. There are so many diversion roads in the runway, and after that, just like driving a car, the pilot will just drive the aircraft to the section or to the place where their company's aircrafts are arranged or have a set in. That is what. So this is Akash Air area. So you can see so many Akash Airs like that. There are different places where each company's aircrafts are kept. So just like driving a car from the runway, maybe it may take 10 or 10